Someone told me that if I choose not to share my story, I'd be robbing people of an opportunity. I was 18 and in physical therapy school. In anatomy class, we studied about the cervical region, and one of our activities is learning how to assess and palpate a patient's neck. We worked in pairs, and as my classmate palpated my neck, she felt a sizable lump in my thyroid area. She was unsure, but also concerned, so she called our professor. He checked my neck. Soon enough, everyone was palpating my neck, confirming what my classmate had found. I became the lab rat that day. Since we have a family history of thyroid disease, my parents and I consulted an endocrinologist who helped me get blood work and an ultrasound. The blood tests were fine, but the ultrasound report mentioned calcification in my thyroid. So the doctor ordered a biopsy. The result was papillary thyroid carcinoma. My parents and I still weren't convinced, so we went to another pathologist to get a second biopsy, and the result was the same: cancer. Now, I was told that this type of cancer is curable. According to my doctor, if the world was to reign with cancer, those who have my type of cancer would be the luckiest ones. Okay. However, after further tests, we found that my cancer has already spread to my lungs and my lymph nodes. I was scared, but decided to move on with life. 2 months later, I had surgery and underwent a series of radiation. Although it wasn't a near-death experience, it made me think a lot about dying. And the things that get into my head at the time really changed me. In fact, thinking about it just makes me want to live. And I'm not just talking in terms of years, but I want to live long and be happy in doing the things that I love and be with the people that I love. This was when I started to care about my health. I started to eat a little bit of vegetables and exercise. I wasn't consistent, but I tried. What I'm grateful for, despite what happened, was that my condition wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't debilitating. I wouldn't last more than 5 minutes of jogging or playing basketball like I used to, but I was still able to go to school, be with my families and friends, go out, work, move to the US, and finish my doctorate. To monitor my cancer, my doctors check mainly 2 things. If there is tumor in the pictures, so those are body scans, PET scans, CT scans, ultrasounds, and x-rays, and then the biomarkers in my blood. After surgery and radiation, everything was stable, but I wasn't out of the woods just yet. As soon as I finished college and started my career as a physical therapist, the cancer biomarkers started to go up. My doctors think that this could be a sign of another tumor or that my cancer is coming back. And cancer recurrence is no joke. Who knows where the next tumor is going to be at? My lungs, bone, breast, my brain? The scans were clear, or maybe we just couldn't find the tumor using different radiologic procedures. I lived with that fear for the next 9 years as the cancer biomarkers numbers kept going up. It was through the roof. It's like a disaster just waiting to happen. Every time I go for my checkup and labs, I come home disappointed. It was stressful. And I was taking my pills religiously, exercising regularly, and keeping my weight in check the best I could. I tried some healthy diets, but nothing was working. Still, I wasn't just gonna sit and do nothing. I was committed to do whatever it takes and make things happen, even if I was gonna fail anyway. Until mid last year, I found plant-based nutrition and lifestyle medicine, which is what I post mostly about in my social media now. I applied what I learned, I read books and research studies. And when I say research, I mean actual scientific studies, not just blogs and social media posts. I even dig deeper by getting a certification for plant-based nutrition and nutritional physical therapy. Right now, I'm working to specialize in lifestyle medicine. If people think that I'm an idiot for studying a lot, learning recipes, and eating mostly plants every day, I don't care. It works for me and many others, just like what the studies show, and I'm thriving. Since changing my food habits based on the best available evidence that we have now, my cancer biomarkers finally decreased a whole lot. Eventually, just a couple months ago, my cancer is now in remission. Plus, many other benefits. My cholesterol levels decreased, My menstrual cramps are not as painful as it was before. I'm never constipated and I have more energy. My doctors congratulated me. My endocrinologist shook my hand and gave me a pat in the back. The best thing that they told me was that I can now move on and focus on my other life goals. It's nice to be able to talk about this without feeling sad, resentful, or anxious. Recently, I find that as I share my experience with others, it actually makes my sad story seem smaller. Like, I'm bigger than this, and I'm in charge of my life, not my cancer.